All right, good afternoon, and welcome to the T-Bird Spotlight. Today we welcome MacKenzie Shivers from the women's basketball team. Kenzie has a 3.7 GPA and is studying either construction engineering or architecture. So, Kenzie, or MacKenzie, I should probably call you. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I've been playing basketball since I was 4 years old, so going on about 16 years now. So I've been playing for a while. Just always loved it. Played junior high, high school, everything, and even clubs. So it's just been a big part of my life. And I mean, it's just a good way to like get things off your mind and stuff, get off of school. But I still like school and everything. It's been good. Made a lot of friends and everything through this and basketball. So, yeah.
So, who introduced basketball to you? So, you're 4 years old and they just chucked the ball at you?
I don't know, I kind of started playing in those NYS league or something like that where they have all four sports going on. You do like the soccer, volleyball, and basketball, and I think softball or something like that. And I just kind of stuck with basketball too. I did play softball for a while. I was pretty good at softball, but then once like junior high came, that's when I really started sticking with basketball. I liked it better. It was fun, the fast pace and everything, and I was good at it, so I just stuck with it, and now we're here.
Yeah, good is an understatement. What position did you play at softball?
Shortstop.
Okay.
I was a good shortstop. At some point, I think I was better at softball than basketball, but I just like basketball better. So,
So, how come you chose MCC?
I think just the culture here. I mean, even when coaches were recruiting me, it was just something different about MCC. The family that's emphasized, and just like the team bonding and values that we have here. And then as far it's close to my home, it's been always been a successful program. So I want to obviously get to that next level, and I think this place was just the best that was going to help me get there. And then just again the values and everything, and then coaches were really good, so I liked it.
Well, for listeners, just so you guys understand, like Kenzie's level, unfortunately, we're fortunate because of her unfortunate, um, because she tore her ACL her senior year, and that's the only reason we were able to keep her close to home. Going to Mesa High, a couple miles down the road, we pulled the Asia Wilson card on her and saying, "Stay home." So we got her to stay home, and she's brought a lot of fans to our game, and her parents and grandparents. You always see her grandpa in there with a nice Stetson hat, which obviously is close to my family. So, Kenzie, how do you, because you're a high GPA kid, and I know recruiting you was, academics was huge piece of this puzzle journey, and you want construction engineering. So a couple questions. How do you manage your time between that type of degree and, degree path, those type of classes, and sports? Because you are a great teammate. I mean, Kenzie does a great job being a leader with the social aspect and being going to all the team activities. And so you have a high degree path, I guess. And then secondly, what made you choose engineering or construction or architectural engineering?
Yeah, so I think going back to like just being able to manage it, my mom has always told me like work hard now, like meaning right when I started high school, like work hard now. So in the future you can kind of like I guess not coast but relax. So you're not as like frantic about, oh, what am I gonna do? Or I have to take all these classes and everything. So I took a lot of like AP and honors in high school so I could get like those prereqs and all my maths like not out of the way, but to be ahead so that when I came into college, I could start taking more of those like engineering or like intro classes. So I started there, and then engineering, I don't really know how I got interested in it. I just kind of I'm a big math person. I am good at math. But in high school, my assistant coach, he was like a project manager, I guess. So he is like kind of the guy that oversees everything and kind of goes into like the engineering process of like building like what's going to work here and everything. So he kind of influenced me like that too, and he's talked to me a lot about it, like what he does and stuff. So I was gonna take an internship one of the years with him in the summer. But it didn't work out. But it kind of just interested me from that, and I just again good at math, and I like that building process. So yeah.
Good at math. You're going to make a lot of money one day being a good at math young lady. So what about, so now you just popped this architecture up, to me at least. So how'd that get in the play?
Architecture, it's always kind of been in the back of my mind. At one point, I was leaning more towards engineering because there are so many engineering jobs out there, and there's always a demand for engineers. So I kind of just like that. But architecture too, I kind of like the process of like designing like whatever the building, whatever it's gonna be, and like figuring out how it's gonna like I guess come together. So I kind of like that aspect of it too. Still kind of deciding, but they both have their little pros and cons, I guess.
So have you like, what kind of architecture do you like? Do you like,
That I don't even know. I just kind of said architecture, so I'm not sure specifically what I would do. As far as like engineering, it'd be like either construction or civil. So I know kind of more specifically engineering, but architecture I don't know yet.
well, do you like, does going to Europe ever excite you to go see all those?
It would excite me. Yeah, that is something too. Like when I see like kind of I guess intricate buildings like that, I'm like how do you even begin to like design that or figure out how this is going to work and be like able to be done, I guess. So that's interested me, but yeah, it's pretty cool to see some of that stuff and like oh like it comes together and it's able to be done. So
What's your taste? Are you more like Victorian, modern, farmhouse? I
modern.
don't know.
I think modern mostly, like even like when I see like houses I guess being built, I'm like that'd be cool to like design a house and like do a whole like layout I guess of a house and like even just little like apartment complexes stuff like that. So
All right. Your brain is always spinning. That's why she makes a good point guard. Listeners, Kenzie she's a point guard. She's far from just a ball handler. Um, what so okay, we're in our off season right now, or preseason, I guess. Preseason, off season right now. You've seen you have a lot of new faces coming in. What's like most exciting for you? Or like what are you looking forward to most in this upcoming season? Maybe personally and as a team.
I think this season it's gonna be real fun to like we have a lot of depth this season. I think last year, like towards the end of the season, we only had like 10 players, so it's kind of hard to like I guess manage and then like figuring out like who we could go to. And then this year too, we have a big like inside post presence and I'm excited for. So like when we need easy buckets or like a quick two, just get it into like one of our posts that can score down there. And then the guard play too. I mean, everyone can shoot and everyone can handle the ball. And so I think we're all just going to be threats and it's going to be something hard for other teams to have to guard. I mean, they're going to have to I guess pick their poison who you're going to guard the shooter and like their bigs inside and everything like that. So I think I'm just excited to play with this group, a young group, and we got a lot of new people, not too many returners. So just to see how we're going to come together and I guess bond is going to be exciting to see.
All right, what about for you?
Me, I definitely want to get back to like my old, I guess, high school self, just still with like this injury, just still with some different like pains or whatever, just get through that and just be like, I guess the old MacKenzie, I guess, from high school. Just getting past this like injury, the second like meniscus surgery. So I think once I get cleared and everything, get like my quad strong, I think I'll definitely get back to that. So that's what I'm excited for myself and hopefully getting some offers, see where I'm gonna end up after here.
Well, you'll get offers. That's not a question. So, like, through what have you learned about yourself through this ACL recovery and then the second meniscus being repaired or
I
cleaned up?
think it's definitely to just appreciate the game and like the time that I have had to play. I mean, throughout my whole career, I've never had like a injury like this. Like you had the rolled ankles, broken fingers, like little things like that, but something that like takes you out of the game for so long, it like definitely made me think about like it can just be taken from you like that. And so when I am on the court, I want to like appreciate it, even though it like may suck sometimes. Like, oh, we're running, you're tired, you're sore, everything like that. Like you may not have this tomorrow, so just appreciate it now.
Have you translated that to your just an everyday life? That type of perspective to your everyday life?
A little bit. It's a little different. Like I guess especially like family. Like you think about it, like see like your family or whatever getting older. Like my brother too. It's kind of like different to see like he when like just growing up, we'd always like I guess play together, we fight and stuff, but now like we get along. So it's different to see like I appreciate that like we get along now and like we can joke with each other and stuff. So yeah, just kind of again appreciate what you have and everything because you don't know like how long you're gonna have it. So, yeah.
All right, good. Okay, so you said you play sports or you grew up playing sports. So what's some of the main reasons you like being part of a team?
I think definitely like the relationships you build. I met my best friend in high school from through basketball, and we're still friends to this day. She goes to NAU right now, and I think it's just again the relationships. Like I wouldn't have my close friend, my best friend without basketball, and then I think just the people you meet too, like even coach relationships you make. It's just like someone that's going to be there for your whole life. You can like they can still give you advice and stuff like that. So I think that's the biggest thing. Is like, yeah, you can get all the accolades and stuff, but at the end of the day, no one's gonna really remember that because you have like your friends for the rest of your life. So
Your accolades get better as you age.
yeah, I guess.
If you're a second teamer, you're gonna be a first teamer. By the time you're 40, you might be like all-time leading scorer when you're really like 10th. No, just kidding. But okay, you're right. And then relationships, is there any throughout your little basketball journey or sports journeys, is there someone that you like were on a team with or like, whoa, hey, like I would never thought we would become friends just because you're from like maybe two different types of cultures or just maybe rivals, then you're coming together, or have you had that experience yet?
I don't think I really had like an experience like that. I guess one thing I could say is like with Z, a teammate, she's very like a very outgoing, outspoken person and like a lot of energy. And when I get to like meet new people, I'm like quiet, more like reserved. So like I guess being friends with her, it sometimes brings out a little bit like that in me because like seeing her, it just makes me laugh. Like being around Z makes me laugh. Like I have a good time. So I think that is definitely like brought out more of like my, I guess, outgoing side, even though I'm a little more shy sometimes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, going to basketball. At least MacKenzie here, one of the one of the not teammates, one of the players that we have interviewed on through all these podcasts is she likes to watch sports. Many listeners, many players these days don't watch their own individual sport, which I will never understand that. However, Kenzie loves watching sports. So, Kens, what is your like? What are some of your favorite sports teams? And maybe
Um,
like who do you like to watch?
my mom and I are huge Pittsburgh Steelers fans. So I
Okay,
think my
awesome.
mom just like grew up, I think just watching them and she's always like them. And then I just like watching them with her. So like Sundays we're getting on the couch, see whoever they're playing and we just watch the game. So football is definitely a big one I like to watch. When I was little, I would just like the D-backs would come on. I'd sit in my dad's lap and we'd watch the game there for hours. And I even like some of the other sports, like even soccer, I'll just put on sometimes. And like recently, I've been watching the men's college World Series, the baseball that's been going on.
Yeah,
That's pretty entertaining. And I watch the softball women too. So anything that's really on, I'll just like to turn it on. Doesn't matter who's playing, really. Just like to see a good game or just watch some sports if there's nothing else on.
what about basketball? Who's your favorite basketball team?
The Mercury and the Suns. Devin Booker is my favorite player. So on the men, and then Tarazi, of course, on the Mercury. I just love her attitude, her fire. So they're definitely
Oh,
two of my favorite players.
that's good. Those are
Mhm.
two good ones to watch. So what do you think of this whole Mercury coach being fired? Who do you want in?
I don't know. I don't even know who would be a good coach. I mean, I liked Sandy Brondello when she was here.
Yeah,
It kind of sucks we got rid of her, but I don't even know who would be like a good option next. I didn't even know she had gotten fired until I turned on the game. Well, yesterday, and she
yeah,
was gone, and then I just went to Instagram and it said like interim head coach Nikki Booth.
yep,
So yeah.
yep. Um, do you have a favorite quote?
Um, no, not really. I don't really, I guess, have any quotes like that.
Is there a favorite like personality or anybody you like to watch besides Tarazi and Booker?
I like to watch Damian Lillard. I like the players that
Yeah,
I guess are more humble, I guess. Like I
less
get
bougie.
Yeah, yes, when people I get the whole, like, celebrating and, like, you talking trash, but I don't do that in games, so, like, I don't like to see it, so, like, when I see Booker and Tarazi do it sometimes, I'm like, "Ugh," like, I don't wanna see that, so I like Damian Lillard, I think he's, like, just a level-headed player and, like, doesn't talk much, like, he lets the game do his talking, and he'll do a little bit at the end, like, when it's over and, like, he did his job. I don't think there's any reason, I guess, to do it in game. Like you might lose, and then
Yeah.
what it's gonna make you look like. So that's why I kind of like those like more humble and like quieter players. Like even Kawhi Leonard too. Like he is someone too that like doesn't talk, and I like watching his game.
Here's a fun fact about Kenzie and Kawhi Leonard. They both have the same size of hands.
Oh, probably.
Kenzie's not that big, but a good trait for a point guard is big hands, and Kenzie has big hands for her 5'6" stature.
Yep.
So it seriously it makes a difference. What are some of your plans? What do you think? Where would you love to go to school after MCC?
I don't know. I would like to stay somewhere on this West Coast. I know, like in Oregon and Washington, like, are very pretty, so I somewhere over there would be cool, or, like, somewhere on the beach. I mean, I don't know, it's just somewhere basketball where it's gonna get me, and I have my major, so I don't really have, like, a specific, place in mind. Even, like, when I went for AAU traveling in the summer, like, Pennsylvania and Indiana were really pretty, so I think you just kinda just see what experiences I can get from going to college, so anywhere kinda pretty like that.
Where do you want basketball? How far do you want basketball to take you?
As far as I can go, as long as I can play, I guess. I know it's like that's why my mom's always said like you have to finish college and everything because for women, like I guess today for basketball, like it doesn't take you as far, and it's sometimes hard to make a career out of it because the way they get paid and stuff like that, and then they got to go overseas. So it's really I'm just gonna play until I can't
Like,
anymore, I guess. So
would
yeah,
you like to go overseas?
I think it'd be a cool option. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how the overseas kind of like I guess league works, but it would be cool. Like if that's what it takes to keep playing and like it's something I want to do, I would definitely do it.
Yeah, you could find a way over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make baskets.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you got to put the ball in the hoop. All right, Mackenzie. Thanks for being a guest on our T-Bird Spotlight today, and always continue to work hard, which is
Yeah.
never an issue with Miss Kenzie.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.